Hey. Hey. Oh, good. I was actually going to call you from the other number. But if you can hear me okay? I think this one it's going over Google Voice. I actually got a new number that's good for how we're doing. Yeah. No, you actually sound fine. So this is fine then.
So here's what happened. Like, I'm scrolling through my phone, doing it back. And I don't store numbers and put people's names on it because I go through too many phones. And I just don't care to remember a lot of the things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it's important to me personally. And I come through and I see a 17 number and I'm like, oh, shit. They text me at stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm reading through and I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to type this something. I'm in the middle of typing, which was the response to you just now, or not just now, but like a few minutes ago when you first texted me. Was the response that I was actually typing. It wasn't a response, it was actually what I was typing. So you texted right as I was just looking through, decided to text you. Just like, on the mom. There's a buddy of mine, I'm like, trying to get him. And I'm like, talking for a bit. Like, it's not a date thing. I'm like, this guy's talking through the lead.
Yeah.
Like, you really should forget it.
People either get it or they don't. They're like, yeah, whatever. That's so funny.
It is what it is. But it's like one of those things that normal people, when they go through those kinds of stuff, they're so overwhelmed by it. It's like, oh, I can't believe it. You never believe this. Like, even if I was trying to, like, yeah, but that seems consistent. Like, just kind of the way things are supposed to happen. It's showing you the right flow.
Yeah, especially if you're in the halo. If you're in the right halo, it'll tap you in just like that. Well, good. It's good to hear your voice. I've been meaning to catch up with you.
I watched a couple of your videos, especially the cancer stuff too. So good job on this.
Thanks, man. I've been able to get back on there. It's been kind of weird. We've had a lot of things going on here. Like, this house literally was evacuation ready at one point. We had a gas leak. Like, everything went to hell. We've had like $15,000 worth of plumbing problems, and now...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude, it's been insane. And so, like, and now my car had a problem, so I actually just had it towed this morning. I'm seeing what they can do to fix it, but I've been performing. I sing tenor one in a men's chorus, and I've been performing all over Arizona. And so it's a lot of fun. I found this.
Good. Those are really good. Those chorus things you can get into, sorry.
Yeah.
Getting into like a single group or something like that. Really good stuff.
It's been very good for my energy. Yeah. Well, this weekend I got to go perform in a place called Ajo, like garlic. Ajo. Yes, dude, it is amazing. It's a little copper mining town that kind of like got rebuilt though, and now it's like all these like white, beautiful buildings and schools and historic stuff. They converted this campus, the Curly School, into a school. It's like performing artists that live there, and they made it for like low income and everything too. So even disability people on low income, starving artists, craftsmen, artisan, they converted the whole freaking thing. I think I might be moving there. I'm actually that's what the.
That's a good idea. I can already tell you that's something I got a good indication of. This, like, because of all this trouble that's going on, like, you moved into that spot to get, like, there's a vortex where you're at, so you pulled a bunch of the toxicity out.
Yep.
A lot of the irritation. Now that you got a clear window view, like, the Ojo thing is much more in line with, I think, how you're operating.
Yeah, it is. Like, I just landed there. I had this great opportunity to perform with my Brotherhood Light is what I call it, and we have a sister chorus that performs with us too. We're called Reveille, and they're called Desert Voices, and we did a huge fundraiser there. And some of the artisans that were there are just like, I made friends with them, Insta friends, and they were like, please move. And I was like, I was kind of looking at taking some of these ideas that we've been building here because these guys can kind of finish some stuff, and they're loud and everything, and like now that it's starting to get hotter, it will be better for my practice if I'm someplace quieter too. And so I think I'm just going to see if I can get somebody to move me. Yeah.
At no point does this ever. There's no point in the journey of saying go to a noisier place.
No. Well, it got quiet, and then it got noisy, and now, well, they're building everything, and so I might come back at another time, but there's so much there at that community where, for me, it would just be great. And it's like, dude, these rooms have like high-ass ceilings, and I was like, I'm going to call Tyrone. I know you probably don't want a roommate or anything, but you know that we could get like a 1,300 square foot, like 2 or 3 bedroom for like $500 or $600 a month, and maybe less. And so I'm like going. I'm done.
I'd be all in. My thing.
You can crash anytime you want.
Oh, I appreciate that. I do have a reason to come out and do business out there. It's just nothing as the bonus. It's just not. It's not ready yet. And the other thing is I'm really about the Walsenburg project. I've got to get up there.
Yeah, that's the first one there.
And then I gotta substantiate it. I mean, I could live in one and learn a little bit here and there, and call it, my bookkeeping assignment, like, hey, I'm supposed to learn how to do this, I'll go to other places. I already know I got to go to other places to do something like that. And the real trick for me, this by far better than a lot of people, but the real trick for me is like, the meat bags have to have some kind of consensus layer that they are transacting in most cases, not all the time, but in a lot of cases, hey, you're going to pay your rent, there's a transaction area.
Right.
Brother, I've gone so into that maximized state of being where I'm not willing to work with anybody in that kind of way unless they can get on Steam and do it. And my number one, mission is to find somebody who just cannot do it, and no matter what, just forcing them to try and do it so I can, making them read my book, making them interact with my book. That's my biggest, mission.
Yeah.
Hey, you're writing a book. Why don't you go get it published and you can make money? It's like, no, I already make money with my book in 3 seconds. Don't you get it? I'm not going to go backwards in that fucked up world. They're all still living.
False timeline. That's their false timeline. You're not dating me that way. You're dating me this way, fucker.
Yeah. So when I can get some steam and come with me and do a transactional layer like that, where we, because of the live stream and the content we're producing. This is what I want to set up at Curly School, because look, it's like, dude, it's like a whole campus. This is what I was just going to say, because look, I'm not pushing, but I didn't know what your plans were. I didn't know if you're still planning on coming out here. I think I can probably be out there by next month. I'm trying to figure out getting my car fixed so that I can just get my friend to help me roll out there. It's like an hour and a half from here. It'll be maybe 1 truck load. Yeah, it's a little further west, and because I'm a little further northeast right now, and so it's a little southwest of where I am. So it's southwest of Tucson a little bit. And so, but what I want to do is I want to get out there because I'm going to buy a hotspot. I was going to do it here. I set up a gaming thing where I was going to set up an Arizona high-speed gaming lounge, and what I'm thinking I'll probably do is just do it at Curly School where they don't have high-speed, so I'm going to buy a 4G or a 5G so I can transmit that, start a little thing where it's maybe people pay a little bit per month to help me knock down the cost of it, set up a couple of couches. That's why I like the Steam effect. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm saying I need somebody that understands it. And so if you were planning on coming out here, I might be able to even get you paid with my medical benefits as quote unquote part-time caregiver to help me think this out and set it up where they put you on a I don't know if you probably don't want that money, but I'm just saying I'm trying to set somebody else up to do that that's going to get some money to stay there. But what I'm looking to do is actually set up basically 4 or 5G, because this is a little bit rural. They do have DSL and shit, but we can go faster and turn it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can get one. I found a rural service that will actually let me go through either T-Mobile, Verizon, or Sprint. I had 3 choices. Yeah. And so I just have to buy the technology, but I wasn't going to, buy all the costs here. Now I'm going to fix my car. Now I got to move.
first, but when I get there, what I want to do is I want to set this up because they have other rooms. They're setting everything up in this school. Like when you go there, you have like access to the kilns. You can like go to the pottery room. You can go to the pools. You can do whatever. You know, it's like you're like living on the campus. Yeah, dude, but it's like it's amazing. So in the places.
They behave themselves better because they're part of the community university.
Yes.
Like once you get them working under like these guys are really controlled. You just gotta not be so concerned like you get them under control. Do what you know how to do.
Yeah.
So like my community co-op, I want to get structured under the water district so I can go back and reclaim that county and communize.
I like that.
Like I hate people that are so friendly with communism. Like here, collectively organize the water under one group of people. Okay.
Yeah. Do you like utilities to work? It's like, do you like utilities to work, and that they will show up, and you might not get gouged for them?
Right. And be a communist. That's the only way to do it. The right way. So I go get the water, and then start inviting these networks of groups. You guys can trade off and come out and say about it. So that means, hey, it's too cold in winter in Walsenburg, so I'm going to go back to the community compound in Aho, or whatever.
Yeah.
And live there for a couple of months, and pack a small bag and go over there for a couple of months. Like it's all about being a tripper, because then when you're tripping and traveling and everything, you don't fall under one idealist concept.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They can't lock you down anymore.
Yeah, and so my work doing all this is not just for me, but it's really for my family. I'm trying to get my parents to where they're retired and they're off the books.
Yeah.
They've got their their terms and conditions settled before, and the only way to do that is part of this kind of a community co-op where all those things are handled for them, and that they're mainly like long-term cared for hospitality customers.
Yes.
So they can move and go as they want,
Like a mutual benefit society where everybody receives the aid.
Yeah, we're all on that same page. And so, even the folks in that society that like to work a little harder than others or are more entrepreneurial, they're really kind of working for the benefit of everybody, but without a taxation system.
Have you? Yeah. Have you seen that place? What is it called? Araville in India. They've got that. Yeah, they've got something like that. Yeah, see, that's such a great idea. I feel like this isn't as developed as that, but it's kind of trending in that direction. And honestly, if there was more money here in San Manuel, I think this place can do that too. I'm interested in going someplace where it's just going to be easier on my body and for me to continue working and stuff. And I met some writers that are doing some amazing sci-fi writing. This really cool lesbian couple that took us in and did a bonfire and everything while we were there, and were just showing us their work. They're painting and they're creating some sci-fi works. But what I think is really neat is that they've already got that kind of somewhat developed. All they're not doing is growing food on the land yet. And so I've actually written in my application what I've been trying to do here, because what the guys are trying to do here in San Manuel is just that. They're actually starting to build. The house is needing a lot of shit right now, and now they're fixing their car too. They're having an ignition problem this morning. So we're just having all kinds of shit from the end of Mercury retrograde, but they're actually going to be growing food here. This property should be self-sustainable on its own food and farming within 2 years if everything goes to the plans. And so what I'm trying to do is figure out different areas where we can share and open source the plans that are working for each one, where here, what I learned, I can take there that they're not doing, and I can probably pass some coordinates from there here, and we can create more societies that are doing this. And then I think, if we have working utilities in different places, we might actually just be able to bridge this with new joint ventures.
My pre-prognostication, vision that was shown to me, and as early as 2014, I've been on a vision, not quest, but a vision fulfillment in 2014. We're on 5 years. And so 5 years ago, I constituted documentation that said, number one, I'm insane. Okay? I'm under custodialship.
Yeah.
Here are the people that actually own me as property.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So when I did that, that's an off-the-reservation kind of, shamanistic thing there. It's like, they can dig me and throw me in jail. They can, put me in a chair and send electricity to me. They can do whatever they want, but I'm done with the network that they have. Okay?
Yes, same, dude.
I said for 5 years, I was going to just work on writing a sci-fi novel. But by the time, after 5 years was up, in 2014, I started this stuff, that in 5 years, when I was done with that time of being insane and written over, like subscribed to a better party, those are my parents, by the way, which is totally okay for me to do because of the situation I grew up in. Like, I'm not saying it.
Yeah.
There's a difference between our stories. I've been following this 5 years. I signed over to them. So all rights and considerations for the product of my work for the last 5 years are under the family enthusiastic trust. Okay? So I'm there at the family level, there at the biological level, and controlling our own terms and conditions. Now, what I'm trying to do is just kind of tour with my book. You don't have to go to the store and buy it. You don't have to go online or spend any money. You don't have to do any of that kind of stuff. Okay? You just can look it up. You can find pages. You can piece it together however you want. You can interact with it, and you do that. Like, you're one of my fans and readers, and you're actually one of the participants because you're under a different sign-up altogether as Saint Germain, which I know you realize how important to me that is because of another couple of Saint Germains that I've been working with. Okay, so I've got like a network of people now at the highest ecclesiastical level of, if there were cards in the game or cards in the deck, they're hierophants like you as Saint Germains. Okay? So with that in mind, that what I'm explaining to you is that everything you're looking to do is qualifiably achievable. Not on Steam, but just through the association of the Frank Bacon account on Steam. Do you see what I mean? Like, as far as higher level bookkeeping, man, I want to be considered like your accountant and your, the balancing guy for how all this stuff works. The associations that you connect people, don't think about it for the money, because it has nothing to do with money. It has to do with decentralized identity. But the associations that you make and write into my book are going to have profound ramifications. See what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely feel it, and I think that there are so many things that we contribute together just because of the psychic kundalini, and I mean, I'm more of a neuro hacker than anything else, and I started. Oh
yeah, without a doubt, dude. You and I, we spend a few minutes talking. We have an hour's worth of work in front of us.
Like, we've been editing the false timeline. As far as I'm concerned, I've been explaining why. First of all, my name is not Satoshi Nakamoto. By the way, they sent me a DVD of the 5 police officers that kicked my door down when they were raiding my apartment in Denver. I've got a DVD. I have no place to play it, so what I'm going to do is I need to get to a computer where I can rip it off of DVD, and I'm going to put it on YouTube. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to put it on Steemit. I'm actually probably going to take it to the news before, like, when I move here, and just be like, here's what happened to me in Denver when I was helping close down the fucking Social Security pedophilia gate for tacit approval, realizing what they were doing with bioidentity swipes and how they could edit bits and pieces of people's DNA through torrents to make it look like something like pornography or pedophilia, and that they're selling.
Let me pause you there. Let me pause you there, because when you describe it like that, where my vision takes me, so that you have the ample fulfilled side of this, so I can show you what you're explaining. This is no different than when people go and create their accounts on Facebook or YouTube, and then they're inserting ads, and they're inserting things, or they're favoring some comments over others, or they're shouting. That's the digital, the virtual version of what's literally going on in this biochemistry-wise, moment to moment.
It's exactly but they take it like torrents. It's like torrents of their personality.
You're one of the few like me that can go back and forth where you can climb into the matrix, but when you come out, you realize that we're in that fucking pond. Damn it.
They didn't like me for explaining it. They sent fucking cops to try to kill me. They made a lies about how I prepaid where I was living. They edited the trust. I couldn't even get into my accounts. And they wanted to throw me out like some kind of fucking heretic. So
you gotta think this, because now you're out of that. And then when you get into these art communities and things like that, now you can take this information and you have control over how it's used. So they're just saying be careful, because you don't want to get those guys necessarily killed with that.
All right, you too, brother. Yeah, they basically I'm like, I had to create a protective custody situation for myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm just telling you what I just did with the 5 years. That's what I thought, So you're going through the same steps in the process, an automatic path, as I call it, in unstructuring yourself out of the old timeline. Yeah. And so, dude, the power is really showing, and it's coming through. It's your health that's really important in all this kind of stuff. But yeah, you also got some damn dirty stuff about Denver. Let's just put it all in Denver. Like, it was just about those guys, because I've been telling you this. I knew about the Columbine stuff going on, the John Benet stuff going on, the underground shit that's going on in the federal center.
How they can get away with creating something that looks like pedophilia and try to sell it to each other, because they say that's not actually somebody's children, and they just took torrents from somebody's bio-identity. I was informing on all of this shit, and then they came for me like I was the goddamn problem. So, as far as I'm concerned, I burned that shit down when I recreated the cataclysm on my board there, and I shut Z-Gate, which was never 7-7, and figure out what these assholes were trying to say over here about mile 77 on 77 here at Oracle. This has just been a time hack. It's just, there is no time. You can't pull people through a linear time structure and just drag them through a shit fucking inception and not explain what the hell is happening. And so basically I hate astrologers. I think that they're the asshole trolls that got it all wrong. Just like the doctors that only see it one way and they don't study both sides of their own goddamn brain. And so, fuck them. What I'm doing is I'm putting up a tower is what I'm going to do. I'm buying a tower, and I'm putting it there in the art community, and I'm posting 4G, and I'm going to put up some fucking little poser snaps so that people can stick their cell phones and broadcast themselves and live stream, because they don't have a way to do that yet. That's
exactly the same game plan, because that's the methodology you use whether you want to capture the art community or an entire county. Because now you're like, okay, just think about it this way, like you're coming out, but all these other folks, they may say it, they may talk a big game, or they may say that they're out. They're not out. The only way I can keep people out is like, hey, unless you're a character in my book, you don't really exist. So, because for me, I'm insane, right?
They've been unwritten. We were crazy enough to get together and drink coffee and eat that crazy-ass plant and do an inception together in the name of love and brotherhood.
So, right, and I know you. I met you. You're real, right? So I put you in my book. Mm-hmm. So there is nothing I need from any outside influence other than the peer-to-peer transaction that's now instantiated, and there's no breaking that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they had to hide the wallets. So, I thought that was really cool the other day.
Oh, actually, that was a good thing for them. Like when they switched off, I think that's smart. Like it works pretty well. But it's more proof of why I love Steam It for it being so bad. Because like I want to get away with telling people like it's a really crappy sci-fi book. Like I wrote a really crappy book, like a book that nobody should want to read. Like you don't really even want to pick it up and read it. Like it should be so vulgar or such a turn off or whatever. And then be able to break this ideology that says, look, even with this shit, even with this crap, even with this stuff that nobody else thinks is worth anything, I am a king in my kingdom. Mm-hmm. I authored this. You see what I mean? Uh-huh. It doesn't matter if it's worth $600 or if it's one of the crappiest platforms out there, or if it's like not being followed by 50,000 people or 1 million like PewDiePie or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. It only has everything to do with whether or not I can communicate and connect with the real people. Now, I want to flip it on you a little bit, but in a good way, kind of keep it in eternity. This is the difficulty I've been fighting home to point to Carrie Wolf. Because early on in our relationship, when we all met and got on B-Live, which was what I needed to do, I just needed to get, I was too sick to be doing what I did with you guys, brother. And you were too. That's the whole point. And we went into it open by saying, hey, imagine if we were all in a hospital together and we just wanted to do some shit to make us feel better and get better. you know, and not have expectations of it having to be something that it isn't, right?
Right.
So that's when D-Live came along, and I created the D-Live group, which was you, me, and you.
Yeah.
Jacob, myself, and you, and all seeing you, because she was all seeing you at that time.
Right.
So my predictions, my modeling, my vision showed me how there are people I'm going to remain with, and there are people I'm going to remain without, but that the people that I remain without are not necessarily going to go away and be a problem for me, because that used to be a problem in my psychology. Like my psychology used to classify that as, oh, that's an enemy, and I need to be irritated and fuck with them all the time. And that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to work with people regardless of whether I liked them or not, or whether I wanted to work with them based on how I knew they were going to do things based on what I did. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, clarity better than agreement. Like, don't just agree with me and go behind my back and do something different. I want to know the truth. That's where I am with, like, everybody now. You got me? So, I was cool with, like, getting in the V-Live ring because now I knew I had you and her, and I had myself, and I had this triplicity of being able to view things as they were. You understood, she understood from the beginning. I was crazy, I'm off the reservation, I'm writing a sci-fi book that I only think that myself and a few other people know how to read and write. So, this is now where I'm coming to the fulfillment. In her world, she thinks she communicates with me over voicemail or, you know, privately, kind of like what we're having. We think we're having a private conversation, but you and I both know that our calls are being listened to 24/7.
I've been sending my calls to DARPA on purpose. I talked to Taylor. She's like my best friend ever.
Yeah? I thought you meant the real DARPA.
No, well, she is the real DARPA as far as I'm concerned. She's the reason why Facebook is going to be safe and why Zuckerfuck isn't going to get away with that shit.
Good. Yeah. Because those were the enemies of what I thought would be the enemies, and those are the things I wanted to work with because they weren't going to go away. So rather than go run boo-hoo, or like last year at this time, a young lady went in and shot up YouTube because YouTube changed algorithms and got her, like, demonetized. Do you remember that whole story?
Oh, God, yes. There's so much shit going on with that.
Right. So just long story short, I wanted to be one of those people that was like, that certified crazy, like, hey, if you fuck with my shit, I might come over and shoot up your joint, kind of thing, right? But then have that warning label clearly there, and then be operating on a platform that it didn't matter because I actually control the platform. See, I'm not, like, you understand the reason you don't want to be on YouTube is because you know you don't have control on YouTube.
Well, I'm on there again. I'm all over it now.
Oh, right.
But yeah.
You're over it because you've gotten that part of your health back, and you now know how it's not going to overtake you. You can control it.
Well, I was able to pull some of it out of my head. There was literally a psychic parasite involved, and so we figured out what was going on with Duo and Facebook.
Yeah, try telling that story to other people because that's exactly what
shit was. I had to start communicating through a back gate that people are too stupid to create for themselves to give them protection over hypersentience and instead want to be passive assholes.
Yeah. So it's like, I left YouTube too. I left Facebook. I went back to YouTube and I left. I went to Discord and I left. I went back to Discord. I went to Twitch and I left. Like, I do this based on how healthy I feel at the time and whether I'm going to let that shit bother me. Because, like, one of the things I know I'm really good at is, like, I don't value the interaction on those platforms because they control when it comes and goes and how it goes away and how it gets seen, and that's part of that DNA programming plot that you have understood, right? So my plot was, I'm going to try and get people that same kind of psychic infection that you're talking about. That's where I'm operating from. Like, I see it. I know how to go in and actually go hack that thing. You're the neurohacker, so now realize that thing is running in like 97% of the active population. And if you can get the back door to it and get a serial connection, you can either help that individual out or fucking send them off a cliff if you want. I don't care. I do as thou will. Just try to, harm, right? So that's where I see Cherry. Cherry in my book is the gal that I was going to meet that had that same thing going on. Yeah. And my part of the story was going to be like, hey, it ain't going to clear up until it clears up for my friend over here, Saint Germain, who is the kind of the corresponding how I'm seeing the things unfold, and I'm clear because I'm clearing out my own. Trust me, I am. I know what you're going through. So it came down to our lifestyle. Your lifestyle and my lifestyle had a synchronicity, and the understanding is like, leave the shamans alone. We're exploring our bodies. They're healing. Our mind is in our bodies. That too is healing. So the cool thing is, you may not like the astrologers, but you got at least their certification process. You can willy-nilly go out there now as the quote-unquote boogeyman bad guy in your own story, in a sense, and say, this title allows me to just be sanely, safely insane. And for your own good, it's like, just either be an audience.
Yeah. I don't mean to sound so negative. I just want to make sure I edit that, because it's not all astrologers.
No, please, get it out of your system if you want to sound negative.
I already have. I've been speaking very clearly about it in my messages too, and I'm like, if your asshole troll was too stupid to also study health, and they weren't learning to do things on a forensic level, like diagnose anomaly shit that isn't a fucking anomaly, and help you even see where maybe you could find something like the address where you probably weren't born or brought up as a child in your freaking birth chart, then they don't really understand this enough to do more than pathologize you further in a fucked up timeline. And so for me, I found that the ones that weren't holding the white light for that with people, and that were just like, oh, this is how it works, and stringing people along. It's like, oh, here, look forward to this in 8 months. It's like, 8 months in what time? There's only one day. It never fucking happened. This is from the Big Bang going on the whole goddamn time. We didn't agree on an inception, so technically it didn't happen. Some of y'all are being unwritten, goddamn you.
Yeah, so that's the person. I see the person that you just spoke to with that. I'm seeing that person. What they're doing is they, in their mind, they are trying to show you the fear that they have, which is their future projecting, so they can hold on to it in their body. What's crazy about people that have been broken like us, okay? When I say us, I'm just giving you the benefit of the doubt, like, you go, dude, I know you know what pain is like, and you and I sat in one of the most painful days of our entire life, having coffee, laughing, talking about this shit, understanding it, processing it, and not agitating each other's fucking wounds, right?
We helped each other.
Right?
We helped each other open up energy and take out blocks.
Yeah, you realize
how deeply you had been seeing this, and where I was personally being victimized in this, that I could not have seen for myself had you not shown up and been a crazy enough motherfucker to come and look me in the eye. Because I heard people thought that I was like gonna bomb Denver or something in my psychic halo. I'm like, they thought I was gonna kill Denver. I'm like, all I have to do to kill Denver is just say, damn you, Denver, and drink a big cup of water, because it's like a nuclear holocaust where, highly sentient beings like us that have integrated our form, all we have to do is be able to safely process dihydrogen oxide, which is technically one of the most dangerous things you could be drinking if your body is safely configured. You just fall apart and you literally melt, like if somebody poured ammonium triglycolate all over you.
Yeah, and this biochemistry that we have, where I said Kundalini and fusion were the same thing to me, and a bunch of rocket scientists flew off the handle at me. They're like, no, Kundalini and fusion are not the same thing. I'm like, okay, well, then I'm going to go live in a world where I can find people that know that is the truth, and the rest of you are insane in my world. And that's how I got out of this psychic, parasitic wound bashing. That's called them the mugs, because I started realizing what people were doing energetically was mugging each other into these baby states of, like, the stories and the roles that they wanted to hold, their authorities and all this stuff, right?
Yep.
So I needed, in my book, like when I met with Saint Germain and how you and I got processed.
Hello? Wow. Did we get cut off there? Yo, Tyrone. Hey, buddy. Yo, we got cut off. Hold on, I'm going to call him back.
What do you need to know right now? Have you ever tried talking to an intuitive or a psychic to ask these questions? Were you left hanging, or how did it go for you? There might be a reason why some of your questions were not answered, and I have a special secret to share with you. It's something that your astrologers probably can't even talk to you about because they simply do not know. So who am I? Well, my name is Jacob, and I'm a guy that actually came back from the dead. I was resuscitated. I had a medical miracle after malpractice. And I learned some things when I crossed over the nano bridge about the 0 point frequency and the Stargate that nobody's talking to you about. The cosmic vortex that mathematically can prove who you are down to numbers and digits and letters, just like cryptocurrency, IP addresses, and the SIM card in your phone, and can explain the simulation that you might have jumped into in your body. If your astrologer's not talking to you about it that way, they probably just can't. The good news is you don't have to be caught on a treadmill, because what I've learned is a specific way to calculate where you are in the fractal of the cosmos. What it allows us to do is literally see who different people are in your path. And it's literally like playing chess. We can figure out who plays what archetype here, there, and remove anything that is clouding your view of what is here in your life, and hopefully empowering you to make better decisions. So if you're tired of feeling like you only ever get this much information and it only gets you that much braver until you hit a wall again, this is why. So what I'd like to do today is invite you to click on that link that says, yes, I want to know. It's going to take you to a page where you can fill out some details so I know how to talk to you. And go ahead and submit that. You will have joined artoflove.me. I would love to be in touch with you. Looking forward to it. Take care. We'll catch you again soon.